All right, well, good evening, everybody. This is Dr. Stephen Moore. I'm a team elite with New Skin. I know on the screen it says I'm Corey Howard, and that's just because I'm logged on him on his account right now to do this webinar for you guys. But we're very excited about what's taking place right now within New Skin and with these product launches. For those of you that don't know and haven't heard the word, New Skin was ranked the #1 stock in the United States by Investors Business Daily last week. I've got a copy of the paper. They sell it right next to the New York Times, over at Starbucks and a lot of other places. But Investors Business Daily is like the Wall Street Journal for the investment world, and to know that we're part of an opportunity where we're recognized as the #1 stock in America is just, I mean, it's just amazing. And that's something that you definitely want to utilize when you talk to people when you're prospecting, because now people can have an ownership share in the distribution of the #1 company in America. And so, what we're going to go through on tonight's call, our agenda, is one, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my results that I've had on the TR90 program. We're going to go through a PowerPoint presentation that's going to talk about some of the phases of these limited time offers and how to really leverage these product launches to grow your business. And then we're going to talk about a duplication model. In order to do that, we'll go over the ordering process. We'll go over the order form that we're utilizing. And then if we have some time, I'd like to show you guys, for those of you that haven't seen it, some of the resources that we put together on YouTube videos, as well as a Facebook page. As you guys have some questions, please write those questions down. And when we do a Q&A period, if you can, there's a way that you can raise your hand, and I will do my best to use the system to answer your questions. And so let's start off with going through these phases here. Now, there are 3 phases to the limited time offer product launches. And this is a strategy that Nu Skin is going to be using. Every 6 months, there will be a limited time offer, or what we call as an LTO. This is a proven system for product launches, a proven strategy that's been used in a lot of other markets for years and years. And some of the fastest growing markets in Nu Skin have been using this for several years now. If you think of a company that comes to mind as the best company at launching products, and most of you immediately think about Apple. And the stock analysts have already called us the Apple of anti-aging, and this is an incredible strategy that we're going to teach you here. And so we just finished phase 1. Phase 1 was phase 1 was going all the way up to September 30th. This presentation happened to originally be done on September 23rd. Now, phase 1, we're going to be entering into for the next LTO starting November 1st. So from November 1st to March 31st will be phase 1 of the next LTO, which will take place in April. So this is why I wanted to go over this phase real quickly, even though we've already finished it. The goal would be, in order to participate in the limited time offer and to get codes to purchase these products, you need to be an executive to get codes. For those of you that are executives, you would have received 10 codes. Each code is good to purchase a 3-month supply of the ageLOC TR90 product. Actually, each code is good to purchase 2 3-month supplies of the TR90 product. And so just because you have a code does not guarantee that you're going to get product. There are a lot more codes out there than product that becomes available. So it's just an opportunity to buy product, and then it's going to be a race to put those orders in. And we're going to talk to you about how to do that. If you're a gold executive or above, you would have received 20 codes, which is good for 40 3-month packages of the TR90 program. This will probably be a similar strategy they're going to use for upcoming limited time offers, so it's important to understand it. So the goal is to become an executive. Now, if you're not an executive and you're on this conference call, then what you want to do is, in order to purchase product, you're going to need to get a code from somebody. So talk to your upline, talk to as many people on your upline as possible for the codes that you need to place orders. We will have, if you can get the orders, we will do whatever we can to get you codes. So don't hold back on getting pre-orders based off the number of codes you have. Just get as many pre-orders as possible filled out on the order form we're going to show you. And then the goal is just to hunt down those codes. There will be codes available for you, so that's not something we want to slow you down. So as we go through phase 1, phase 1 is really about executing this plan to get yourself to executive by midnight. And the goal would be is to start your order 3 of the $365 packages. Those are the packages that most distributors are starting off with. They're the ones that you guys are familiar with. They're the ones we've been using for a long time. And the reason why you want to get 3 is because that creates over 1,000 in volume, and that would have what we would call triggered an LOI, or letter of intent, to start qualification. The goal would then be is the same that we've always done before, is to follow the first part of that Ruby plan, which is to sponsor 4 other people to do the same thing. That would create an additional $4,200 in volume, and what that would be is make you executive. And then what you want to do is work with your upline Ruby and upline Blue Diamond to let them know that you're committed to really growing the business fast during the 6-month cycle, and talk to them about being available for 3-way calls, webinars to help you grow the business. Then the next thing to do is to agree to provide each of these 4 new distributors that you have one TR90 code, which is good for 2 packages each, as I spoke about. These codes have already gone out to the majority of people, and the product launch will take place on October 15th. And that will be actually next Wednesday. So it's coming up very fast. It'll start at noon Eastern Standard Time. So you want to make sure you have a great connection on the internet. You cannot use mobile devices. You need to be connected on a laptop or desktop computer. So what we would recommend doing is getting on at least 15 to 30 minutes onto the Nu Skin website, and do whatever you need to do to clear your schedule to make sure you're available, because we believe that this product will probably sell out in the US somewhere in around 30 minutes. It could be an hour, it could be less. We're not really sure. There's no way to know. In Europe, it sold out in less than 2 hours. I'm not sure what it was in Asia, but we know it's going to sell out very quickly here in North America. So we think that you'll probably be able to get in to place maybe 3 orders, and then it will most likely be sold out. Now you may be able to place 4 or 5. You may only be able to place 1 or 2, depending on how fast you are. So if you plan on placing a lot of orders, it would be important to have other people help you place these orders, because if you've got 10 or 20 orders to place, there's no way you're going to get through all of those orders by yourself. So you need some helpers that are going to be on laptops helping you place those orders. So this is what it would look like to become an executive, and then you would get those codes. So you guys that received the codes and are executive, we're in phase 2 right now, October 1st to October 15th. And the goal that everyone should be focusing on, 100% focused on, is maximizing the utilization of all the codes that you've been given, as well as all the codes that are in your downline if you have downline executives. So here's a strategy that I put together in order to help you guys understand just how powerful this is. So for those of you that have seen the success plan or the Road to Ruby plan, if you haven't and you're a newer distributor, you can go on to oneteamglobal.com, click on Getting Started, and you'll see some of the videos on there. That's a very duplicatable way to get people started. But the goal in the compensation plan is to become an executive and to help other people become executive. And so executives are people that go through a 3-month qualification period. If you want to do it slow, if you want to do it fast, you can do it all in 1 month by creating all of this $4,500 in volume in 1 month, as opposed to spreading it out over 3 months. I'm not going to go into a lot of the details of this for the newer people on the phone, but talk to your account manager or your upline to help really understand this. But the goal is to become an executive by creating $4,500 in volume. And you guys can do that all this month leveraging the LTO volume. We're going to show you how to do it here. And so there are really 4 different types of people that are participating, primarily participating in the LTO. I know a lot of you are going out there and getting customers, which is great. We love customers. There are lots of people that benefit from our product that don't have an interest in making money with it. But I also have met a lot of people that were interested in the product, and they said, hey, if I can recommend it to people and make money, why would I not want to do that? But I want you to think of your customers as not just customers, but as referring customers. In other words, it's all about having a customer give you 3 referrals, have 3 other people that want to go on a weight management program along with them. We're going to show you how just getting 3 other people on board with this TR90 program is really going to accelerate and duplicate your business like nothing you've ever seen before. So example number two would be those of you that are a distributor right now. We're going to show you how to get to executive this month just with the LTO volume at a very bare minimum. For those of you that are executives, we're going to show you how to launch to Ruby with LTO volume with the TR90. And for those of you that are Rubies, we're going to show you how to get to Diamond by the end of this month. And obviously, for those of you that are Diamonds or Blue Diamonds, obviously you can advance even further utilizing this. But the majority of the people fall into these four examples. And so the duplication model is really everyone pre-orders a TR90 package for their own personal use at a bare minimum. You see, everybody should be taking this product. A lot of people said, Steve, you don't need to lose weight, and most people will look at me and say, yeah, Steve doesn't. I weighed 172 pounds roughly, give or take a couple pounds prior to being on TR90 3 weeks ago. This is the exact. I'm 37 years old. This is exactly what I weighed when I was in my mid 20s. The difference is that 3 weeks ago I was at 20% body fat, and when I was in my 20s I was at 6% body fat. So even though the scale said I weighed the same, my body composition has changed. I've lost muscle and I've gained fat. And so it's not just the people that you look at that need to lose 20, 30, 40 pounds or above. You look at anyone that they're, with rare exception, people want to get lean. They want to strip some of that unnecessary fat off their body, around the midline or whatever it exists, and maintain that lean body mass. And so I went on the product just to try it out. And I've never been motivated to lose weight, but I did want to just try out this product and doing nothing else other than taking the product. I've always had a healthy diet. My scanner score has been always over 70,000. It's been as high as 84,000. We don't eat any fast food, any processed foods. We have a very good diet. I didn't exercise anymore after starting the TR90. The only thing I did was I followed the program. I didn't even follow the eating manual. I just basically took the shakes, took the pills, and made it really simple for myself. And I noticed within a week that I had already lost about an inch on my waist. And the reason I know that is because my suits were getting tight on me, and now they were actually starting to get loose. I also noticed that I lost several pounds within the first week. The second week, I had lost another inch off my waist, so I went from a 34-inch waist to a 32-inch waist. Now, most of my clothes in the past were 32-inch, and I finally succumbed to the fact that, you know what, my midline was getting a little bit bigger, and there was no sense wearing pants that were too tight, so I went out and bought 34-inch pants, and I noticed that those pants were falling off of me, and I was finally fitting into my 32-inch pants for the first time in a couple of years or so. So this product definitely works. I haven't been hungry. I felt great. Had great energy, lots of focus. It's very simple. It's extremely convenient. And unlike some other shakes and things that I've tried in the past from other companies or so forth, these are shakes that I can take twice a day. I don't get sick of the flavor at all whatsoever. It's not extra sugary or anything like that. So it's a very simple plan to follow, and it works. I've lost about 7 pounds now in 3 weeks. And it's just an amazing program. Think about what people are going to be able to accomplish in 90 days. And so at a bare minimum, every single person should experience the product just to build their own product testimonial. I can tell you that I understood the science of this. I was excited about the science, but when I had a personal experience, it took my belief and my passion to a whole nother level. So now some of you are going to want to try it for 6 months. Some of you are going to want to build up some inventory, understanding that it's not going to be available until April. So anything else you do is in addition to what this duplication model is, and we would encourage you to do that. But I want to show you how powerful it is if all you do is everyone purchases TR90 for themselves and enrolls 3 other people to utilize the product as well, and you duplicate that through your organization. So let's give the first example here, which is that referring customer that we spoke about. You'll see here, number 1, they pre-order TR90 for personal use. They find 3 customers to pre-order TR90. Now, the reason you've got a referring customer here with a customer is because remember I had told you that 1 code is good for 2 packages. So in order to maximize the codes, we want to make sure that we're doing our best to order 2 packages with every code. The codes cannot be, once you redeem it, even if you only redeem it for 1 package, that code is dead. You can't go and use it again. And so what we're teaching people to do is if a person has a friend that wants to go on the business with them, or going on the product with them, it's kind of like going and buying movie tickets or concert tickets for a friend hey, I'll go get the tickets for you and for myself and for you, and then then pay me for the ticket, and I'll give it to you when it arrives. So we're doing the same thing with TR90. Then what they would do is they would bring on board and refer two other customers that utilize one code, and they purchase that product in one order for another 2,200 in volume. So what would happen here is you'll have four testimonials be in the upline, and that's something that's going to be great. That's going to help you build your business, and you've created $4,400 in volume. Now, we're also recommending that everyone enrolls in Vitox, LifePak, or LifePak Nano for two reasons. Number one is what it will do is it'll build up some of the nutrition in your body. We know that whenever you go on a diet and lose weight, that it causes oxidative stress. So taking antioxidants are something that's a very good adjunct therapy. But also when you set up their ADR with their credit card, it will save their credit card on file. So it'll make you more efficient when you actually go to order their product for ageLOC TR90. And I'm going to demonstrate that more later on in this presentation. Example number two is for those of you that are distributors, and you're going to do the same thing as the customer did, is you're going to purchase product for yourself. You're going to get one other product user to order with you. So with one code, you're going to create $2,200 in volume, and you're going to enroll three customers total. So if you look here, you've purchased and you've had a customer purchase with one code on one order, and then this would be another distributor or customer with another customer, and that would be one code utilizing it on with two packages on one order. So you'll see it'll be another $2,200 in volume. So it's the same thing as before, is you're purchasing it and you're getting one, two, three other product users enrolled in the program. What will happen is you'll earn distributor commissions, which is 5% of your level one bonus, or $110. But more importantly, you became an executive and you've got four testimonials, yourself and three other people. And you're set up for the month of November to be at the higher pay scale within the compensation plan. Remember that the key of this compensation plan is to become an executive and then teach other people and help other people become executives as well and become an executive creating factory. This is a way to create executives very fast with this LTO. And then when the next LTO comes up in April, you'll be able to tell people, hey, I became an executive my first month utilizing this LTO, and you can duplicate that through your organization. Example number three is for those of you that are executives and launching to Ruby. So the key is what you would do is you would maintain active status. We recommend everyone being on a $200 automatic delivery rewards. And then you would do the same thing as before. You would pre-order TR90 for personal use, enroll three other customers to order TR90, and then each one of your distributors are going to do the same thing. So here's you with your customer, and you're creating the $2,200 in volume in TR90 plus the $200 from your ADR. You're in black now because you're an executive, and then you've gotten your two other customers as well. So it's you, one customer, two, and then three, and this is going to be 2,200 in volume, just like we did in the other things. But now what you've had is most of you that are executives have at least four distributors in your downline. So if you have each one of those distributors do the same thing, they purchase product for themselves, they get one, two, three other product users on TR90, you can see that it creates tremendous amount of volume through duplication. You'll also notice that being an executive, you are able to utilize all 10 of your codes. Even though you only use one, two codes yourself, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 additional codes used by these people. So you've utilized all 10 of your codes. You've maximized your volume because everybody is ordering two packages per code. And what's happened here is you went from executive to Ruby. You qualified for the promotion to receive two iPad minis. You've also received a free wifing scale, and you've created what is this, about over $4,700 in commission just being an executive. So what you've done here is you've created $23,000 in new organizational volume here just with the LTO, and this isn't even counting all the additional volume that you're creating through other products and so forth. Now, some of you are executives and you have more than four distributors. So you can actually even do a lot more than this, but we're showing you at a bare minimum, what's possible by duplicating this really well throughout your organization. So here's the next example. Example number 4 is for those of you that are Ruby and you want to launch to Diamond. Again, you're going to do the exact same thing. Maintain active status with a $200 ADR, pre-order TR90 for yourself, and then you're going to enroll 3 other customers to use the product. 1 customer, and then this blue dot represents 2 new customers or distributors. In other words, they're just product users. So you've done the same thing as on these other models, but what's happened now is you've also taught your distributors to do the same thing. So these are those 4 distributors that we showed you in the previous slide, and you've gotten them to each get 3 customers. So you've utilized all 10 of your codes here. Now I do understand that since you're a Ruby, you're going to get 10 additional codes, so you can actually do more again than what's demonstrated on this model. Now Rubies also have at least 4 executives, which is represented by these 4 dots. I know most Rubies that are in our organization have a lot more than 4 executives, but at a minimum, you'll have 4 executives in your downline being a Ruby. And if you have each of your 4 executives do the same thing, you look at how many codes are being utilized. 10 codes here, 10 codes, 10 codes, 10 codes. So this is a total of 80 additional packages. You've qualified for the success trip, and we're not sure what the next success trip is going to be, but you've qualified for it because you've advanced in pin title. You've become a Diamond distributor. You've created 4 new Rubies in your downline. 1, 2, 3, 4 new Rubies who have all also qualified to go on the trip with you. You've qualified for 2 iPad minis, and you've also got the wifing scale. So very, very exciting about what happens by you going on product and then everyone and getting 3 other people to utilize the product, and then you duplicate that through all the distributors in your organization. Your volume that you've created just in the LTO is 115,000 points. So you've made quite a bit of money here. You've made about $15,000 plus about a $4,000 bonus based off the bonus pool. So you've made about almost $20,000 as a Ruby executive just with the LTO volume, not including any of the additional business that's already existing in your organization, and not including those of you that have more than 4 executives. This is how distributors in Asia were able to create $1 million commission checks. It wasn't from the first LTO they participated in, but what happened is they repeated this through several 6-month cycles, and you can see how this duplicates and how fast that it can grow. Imagine going from Ruby to Diamond, and the next LTO going from Diamond to Blue Diamond, and then going from Blue Diamond to Team Elite. Think of how fast that this thing can grow geometrically. And that's what's possible with the LTO for those of you that are participating. So where we are right now is we're in phase 2. I just showed you guys a duplication model of what's possible, so you can understand really just how powerful this is. Number 1 here, and this is what you want to do, is consult. This is your action plan. Consult with each new executive to ensure that they're using all of their promo codes. Have them talk to their people that are LOIs and people that are becoming executives, and talk to them about creating this and rolling out this strategy. On October 8th, verify that everyone received the promo codes that are executives on your team. Now, the system, from my understanding, is not 100% perfect. So if you did not get your LTO codes for some reason, call your account manager, make sure to get them. If you log on to the Nu Skin website in My Office, you'll also see that your codes will show up there. But if you don't have your codes from now, go talk to Nu Skin about making sure that you get your codes so you can start assigning them to these pre-orders. So that's what we're going to do here, is we're going to start assigning these codes, utilizing these order forms, and make sure that all the correct information for all of these orders that you have are already set up in Nu Skin's system. Do not go in on October 15th to set up new accounts. You will not be able to set up new accounts on October 15th. And so you need to go into the system right away to set up all these potential buyers so that they have a Nu Skin account, and you have their account information. You've saved their credit card to their profile. so that when you go to place the order, the only thing you need to do is log on to your account, verify their security code on their credit card, and place the order. So October 10th, it says to do a team call or webinar to walk through the exact ordering process. We're actually doing that today. October 14th, personally contact each one of your executives to get a final confirmation that they're assigning all their codes. If all the codes aren't assigned, then it would be an important thing to reassign those to other people in your organization. If you've utilized all the codes in your organization, then try and find some codes outside of your organization that you can utilize. So here we go. October 15th is game day. This is the Super Bowl for the LTO. We're going to do a conference call in the morning to confirm. Actually, this is something that you should do with your teams. It's something that should not come from me. This is something that you should do with your teams that are utilizing codes. And so that's really what we're going to do. We're going to create massive volume. And what it's important that we do is we just do the best that we can on this LTO. We've had a couple practice runs with some trials, and do the best that we can. Take this seriously because you're going to see huge checks, and you do not want to miss out on this. You want to come out of this LTO knowing that you gave it your best. And then when we come up on in April for the next LTO, you're going to do even better. The next LTO in October of next year, you're going to do every better. And each one of these LTOs, it's going to tremendously ratchet up your business. Most of you guys are already experiencing the impact of that. So this LTO, if you're a Ruby, you can create $18,000 of volume or more just with the LTO, or in commissions, I should say. And then the next LTO in April, you can go from from diamond to blue diamond. And duplicating that again would create $575,000 in volume, or a $40,000 roughly commission check. So you can see here that, these are numbers of what's possible. And again, as you go through this multiple times, it'll really help you understand how people in Asia, we created 2 checks that were over $1 million utilizing this system. So then phase 3, October 16th to 31st, is what you want to do is take all of your distributors that are in qualification that didn't quite finish executive qualification, and you want to work with them to help them top off their volumes to get them all the way to executive. And so it's not a time to go to take a vacation. It's a time to finish up the month strong. And again, consult with all those people, set new goals, and then devise a strategy to help support them to launch to Ruby so that they can qualify for the success trip. So here's what would happen here is, here's you. These are rectangles instead of circles. And let's say you had 4 distributors that did $3,150 in volume with the LTO. Well, you would want to work with them to get another $1,350 in volume from October 16th till the end of the month to get them to the $4,500 to become an executive. And the same thing you would do with everybody else in your organization, just like we do when we do conduct normal business. When you see people that were within striking distance of becoming an executive, work with them. And what you'll do is you'll create a lot of additional volume. And again, this could create, in this scenario, it's about a $9,600 check. These are approximate figures, but I'm just showing you guys what's possible here by really sinking your teeth into it. So what I'm going to do is open it up for some questions. And if you guys, actually, let me see here. If you guys have any questions, just go ahead in the chat and say I have a question, and I will unmute you. There's in the dashboard to this, you'll see on the bottom there's a little arrow that says, and with the word chat next to it. You can type in there if you guys have questions. I really want you guys to ask some questions to make sure that you're perfectly clear on all the slides that we went through there, and we can certainly go back on that. So if we don't have any questions yet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move forward and go through the ordering process here. So these are screenshots of what it's going to look like when you order the product. It's important that you go through this and you practice it if you haven't practiced it before. I know when I did the first LTO trial run, I had, I think, 4 orders to place, and it took me about 25 minutes, and I was really stressed out because there were a couple screens that came up that I wasn't expecting, and I didn't quite know what to do. So if you understand what the screenshots are, you're going to know exactly how to respond, and you're going to be very efficient. Remember, once you get your orders and you go to place them, it is a race to see who can get their orders placed the fastest, because we do not have enough product to meet the demand. So it's important that you're very efficient at placing these orders. So the first screen, actually, and then the second LTO, I did about 3 or 4 orders. It took me 5 minutes because I knew what to expect. And so go through these. You can review these on the Nu Skin website. They've got a whole section here where you can go through some of these slides on your own. But here's the first slide that will come up when you go to the Nu Skin USA website and click on click on the TR90 banner. The first thing that will come up is it'll say select your market. So obviously you're going to select the United States. Now, for those of you that are dialing in from Colombia or have people in Colombia, this product is not available in Colombia yet. It is going through registration, but that doesn't mean that people in Colombia cannot order it. Executives in Colombia are getting codes. And what they're going to do is they're going to set up customers they're going to have the product ship to a US address. So they can get the point value and the credit and the volume for the orders, but they need to have the product shipped to a US address. And then once it ships from the US address, then you guys can just make arrangements to have somebody freight forward it or ship it down to Colombia, similar to what we did with the galvanic spas before they became available in Colombia. So again, you will have codes for those of you that are in Colombia, but you'll need to log on to the Nu Skin USA website. So you collect USA, and then the next thing you're going to do, and this is what everybody's going to do here, 1 second here, is it'll say that you've been placed in line. So this is why you want to get on, 15 minutes early before this LTO and just wait until you can get put in line. You'll see here that there's a little box here that says next. So what will happen is you'll be able to advance to the next screen by clicking that, and this will advance automatically to here. So the next screen you're going to see is it's going to say ageLOC TR90 opportunity, and you're going to enter your TR90 promo code here, and then you're going to hit order now. That will then take you to the next screen, where then it's going to ask you to log into your account. Now, what I would recommend doing is for every person that you're placing an order for is to if you wanted to count on their account, what I would recommend doing is getting their username and password for their account, because when you log on into the Nu Skin website as them, it's going to automatically populate their address and their credit card information. And that's going to be a much more efficient way than logging into your account and then ordering with them. So let's say that I want to order for John, who's a customer, or let's say he's a distributor in my downline. I'm ordering for him. I'll have John's username and password. I'll log in, click sign in. The next screen that will come up, and this is what confused me during the next LTO, is it will say, I am purchasing this product for myself, or I am purchasing this product for somebody else. Now, so let's say that I've logged into John's account. What the Nu Skin website now thinks that I'm John. And so what I would put in, and you would check off, it said, I am purchasing product for myself. Because again, I am purchasing it for John. I want the system to think that I'm John, so that the next screen, it will automatically populate all of John's information, and I don't have to do the data entry myself and slow myself down. The next screen that will pop up is a verification screen. That will be automatically populated if you're using the username and password and buying it for yourself, or in this scenario, buying it as John. Then it's going to ask you for the 2 different package options. Now, this is a screenshot from the last LTO, but they'll have 2 options. There'll be a trim shake option or a green shake option. The trim shake option is a whey protein, whey isolate. The green shake is a vegetarian protein. I believe that the whey protein is actually a better protein source. But for those people that have a sensitivity to whey or dairy, then the green shake would be a better option for them. So you're going to select either 2 of the trim shake, 2 of the green shake, or you can do 1 of each. You can only do a total of 2 because you're utilizing 1 code in this scenario. So then you're going to click on next. It's going to show you a review of the order. Now, since I logged on as John and with his username and password, and I said I'm ordering for myself, meaning I'm ordering as John, it will show John's credit card in here. So I'll need to make sure that if John has more than 1 credit card on file, that the right credit card is selected. The only thing I'll need to input then is his security code, his 3 or 4-digit security code. Now, if you want to, and then I would hit submit, and the order would be done. If you have 2 people that want to use 2, let's say you have someone that wants to order product for themselves and for a friend, and they want to split it between 2 credit cards, there is now an option here to add a second credit card, which you would checkbox here. You would put in the additional credit card, and you'd be able to split this order amongst 2 credit cards here. Again, keep in mind that that's going to add another step of more data entry, which will slow you down a little bit. And to place these orders, you want to do it as efficiently as possible. So the next screen that will come up is you'll get an order confirmation. I would then recommend printing this or taking a screenshot of it. And then the next screen it will take you to is back to the home screen where it says to enter your LTO code. And this is where then you would enter your second LTO code, hit enter, and then what you would do, let me just go through here. If you're logged in and you want to order it as another account, make sure that you log out so that you can then log back in as the next person that's going to place the next order. So again, you'll use the code, log back in as the next person that's going to be ordering. Say I'm purchasing product for myself, verify the information, select the product that they want, put in the security code here for their credit card, hit submit, and then you get the confirmation, print or take a screenshot, and then boom, you're off to the next LTO. So by getting that information, the username, password, what they want to order, and their security code, you could actually be way more efficient, probably 4 or 5 times more efficient at placing these orders. Then what you can do then is you want to go back and check the order status. So there'll be something here on the bottom where when you log in, you can then check the order status. Now, since you're going to be using multiple usernames and password, you want to go back then and verify every username and password that the payment got approved. If it got declined for any reason, you can actually go back then and make an adjustment or use another credit card. They'll give you a certain period of time. I don't remember exactly how long it is, but they'll give you a period of time to go back and correct something in case you had a credit card got rejected or declined or anything like that. You'll actually have some time to go back and fix it. So again, you want to verify that all these orders got processed and everything got done properly. And that's the ordering process in a nutshell. Do we have any questions so far? Let me see if I can unmute this for you guys here. Hang on one second. Okay, it doesn't look like I can unmute everybody at the same time. So again, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and type in the chat there. Actually, there's a question and answer here also. Let's see. If the second person is using a second credit card as a customer I signed up, will it be populated their credit card info? No, the second credit card number will not automatically populate because the system will not know that second credit card is attached to their account. Remember, you're logged in as one person's account. It has no idea that there's a second customer that has an active account. So if you wanted to use, you'll have to actually input that second credit card manually. The other question is, how does the commission work for distributors when they use my code? I was asked if they get a percentage from it. I was a tad confused. So you can assign your codes to anybody in Nu Skin. The only way you're going to get commission of it is if it's in your downline. So just like any other purchase, it's going to go through the same commission plan, but you can actually, you know, you can use other people's codes, or other people can use your codes. It doesn't matter whether or not they're in your organization, but to receive the commission, you're only going to get commission from the volume that's placed within your organization. So one code for 2 people, but with 2 different credit cards. Yes, we went through that, so we can do that. And Shannon Hine is saying that she can't hear me, so hopefully Shannon got that figured out. And it looks like those are all the questions that we have so far. So what I'm going to do now is go through this order form here. So give me 1 second, guys. All right. So you guys should be able to see this order form now on my screen. This is the order form that got emailed out on October 3rd. It's been emailed out again a couple days ago. This is an updated version. This is the most up-to-date version of the order form. You'll see here that at the very top are the 4 most critical pieces of information you're going to need. If you set up all of your customer accounts ahead of time, the only things that you're going to have to do as far as data entry is the LTO code, the username, the password, and the credit card security code, as well as the products that they want. So the rest of it will be automatically populated if you do it right, and that's the reason why I put these 4 pieces of information here. So if you've got 3 orders or 4 orders or more to place, you're going to have a stack of these orders. You're going to then get onto the screen and you're going to put in the LTO code, you're going to put in the username and password, and then you're going to go through the ordering process, click the security code, hit submit, boom, get rid of this sheet, and then go to the next one. There's also a place here to add a second customer. Also realize that if you have two orders on, or I'm sorry, 2 packages on one order, both of those packages will ship to the same address. So just make sure you understand that. The username and password here you can ignore because it was actually moved up here. So just ignore this. You're not going to need that. But if you do need to put in a second credit card number, make sure you put it in here with the security code, expiration date, name on the card, and billing zip code. This is really on the bottom here. And let me just zoom in here for you guys, for those of you that can't see. So again, you'll see the information you need, LTO code. This is in the order and sequence that Nu Skin's website is going to ask for it. I would also recommend having everything on this order form filled out, just in case something doesn't populate. You have everything in one place. Now, when I did the first LTO pre-trial, I actually made a mistake, and I think I got messed up on the username and password. It didn't populate the credit card information, but I did have the security code. But because I didn't have any of the credit card information, I actually had to get on the phone, call my customer. Luckily, he picked up, gave me his credit card information, and I was able to complete the order. But if he hadn't have picked up, I wouldn't have had the information. I would have blown the opportunity to do that. So it's important to make sure that you have all this information filled out as a backup, just in case you need it for any reason. Any questions about the order form? All right, here we go. Okay, can we place an order by phone if we have a problem? No, you will not be able to place orders by phone. The company is going to do $40 million in volume in North America in 30 minutes. There's no way they're going to have the manpower to do anything by the phone. So everything is going to have to be web-based, again, through a laptop computer or personal computer. No mobile devices will be able to be used, and you won't be able to use the phone to do this. The next question is from Sid. Does the 6-month supply require using up one whole code? Yes, because a 6-month supply would be two 3-month packages. So that would utilize one code for 2 packages. So yes, a 6-month supply would use up 1 code. This is from Kathleen Colin. If you order the TR90 6-month supply, does that use up your code? Okay, so same questions. And yes, Kathy, you are right. So yep, a 6-month supply does utilize an entire code. So any additional questions that we have so far? One from Lisa Bean here. People ask me, what do they do after 90 days to maintain? Very, very good question. One of the great things about this program is it's actually teaching you how to change the way you eat. So the shakes do not replace an entire meal. The shakes are something that we recommend eating a little bit of grains, a little bit of vegetables, and a little piece of protein. Now, for the morning, what I like to do with the TR90 program is what the program requires is that you eat 30 grams of protein 3 times a day. The shakes, the TR90 shakes, you're going to take twice a day, and they account 1 serving of the shake is 15 grams of protein. So whenever you take a shake, you're going to want to get an additional 15 grams of lean protein from another source. 4 ounces of chicken, something like that would be approximately 15 grams of protein. So just something very small. What I like to do in the morning, just for convenience, is I don't always want to cook breakfast or cook a few eggs or whatever it is. So I'll actually, most of the time, I'll take my TR90 shake and then I'll add a scoop of the protein boost, which is a product that Nu Skin has available now, which adds another 12 grams of protein. So that actually gives me almost the full 30 grams of protein, and then I don't need to worry about cooking anything for breakfast. And super convenient, and it tastes really good. So then after they finish the 90-day program to maintain, again, it's just about eating healthy. They can also purchase the R90 program, which is the current program we have, or they can get some of the protein boost and utilize that to help them get that protein that they need in their along with their diet. So next question is there a place to order 6 months, or do you select 3 months 2 times? You would select 3 months 2 times. So if we go back to the order, it says, it'll give you the option of the trim shake or the green shake, and then it'll say, do you want 1 or do you want 2 of them? So a 6-month supply would really just be 2 3-month packages. So next question from Lisa Bean. On the order form, where do you put the other credit card number? So on this order form, they added the second credit card thing, and actually after we created this order form. So we would recommend just adding it in this box right here if you want to add a second credit card to the order. And the information you're going to need is the same thing that's on this credit card box. So the type of card, credit card number, the name of the card. Don't worry about the signature. You'll need their billing zip code, expiration date, and the security code. And you can just write all that information here. Any other questions? All right. So feel free to continue to type up questions as you guys have them. And what I'll do then is I'll open up the lines as we continue to move through here. Just a few quick things that I want to show you guys here. I'm going to show you this YouTube channel. I know some of you have used this. We've had tremendous success with this. This is a YouTube channel that I built for our team. So this isn't something that's gone out to other people in Nu Skin. So this is how you find it. You can go to youtube.com, and there are a couple ways to do it. You can do a search here for Discover Age Lock. Hit enter. And the first one that will pull up is here. So you just click on Discover Age Lock, and it'll pull up our YouTube channel. So Nicole helped out a lot with the design of this. It looks really nice and professional. Nike, we kind of modeled it off of Nike's YouTube channel. Most companies have a YouTube channel set up similar to this. And I'm going to walk you guys through this. I'm going to show you another way to find it. If you'll notice in the address bar, if you just type up youtube.com/user/discover agelock, that's another way to get directly to this YouTube channel. Now, once on the YouTube channel here, you'll see that there is a video here that can play that really just goes over. So this is just the video teaser for the S3 scanner. You'll also see here that there's a Start Here section, which is an introduction to our science. And if you click on this, it'll bring up a playlist, and the first video we'll play is the S3 teaser. It'll then bring up the Dr. Oz video. It'll bring up an intro to the scanner, an overview of LifeGen Technologies, which is a few minutes, and then the Discovery channel. So if you want to introduce people to our science and products, this is a very good playlist to show them. It'll play one video at a time, and everything's right there. If you want to go back, you can just click on where it says Discover AgeLock. That will take you back here. Now you'll also see that there are a couple sections here. There's playlists, recent uploads, which are the most recent videos that I've uploaded, and then popular uploads. These are the ones that got played the most. If you look here under playlists, you'll see that there are 3 playlists that are shown here. One is an AgeLock TR90 weight management, and this is for consumers. So if people say, I want to learn more about TR90 and you want to show them some videos, you can send them this playlist. I'm going to show you the other playlists, and I'm going to show you how you can actually, rather than sending people the entire channel, I'll show you how to send individual playlists. So this one, if you play, you'll see it'll bring up a series of videos. Now this first one, the TR90 intro, is actually a quick 2-minute intro that I created myself in iMovie. It kind of gets people excited if you can go watch that. The next video is the body engine video. And then the third video is the TR90 video that was done by Dr. Bartlett and Scott Schwartz that gives an overview of the science of the product. So those are 3 videos that will take about 10 minutes to watch, and people will be convinced of the quality of the product and they'll want to go on it. In addition to that, you'll see videos of AgeLock in the news, an HBO documentary of the weight of the nation. This is a business one. This is I actually stripped out some of the business stuff, so it's mostly focused on the product. Here are some testimonials. This is an interview by Joe Chang on CBS. This is another interview by Joe Chang. This is some other things on the Pharmanex research and development, the 6S quality, the aging myth, LifeGen Technologies, Discovery Channel, and then some more testimonials. And this is actually a conference that we did with Joe Chang, a healthcare professional conference that we recorded. And then here's the current Redesign in 90 program. So this is the non-AgeLock version. This is a webinar that Corey Howard and myself hosted with Joe Chang. So again, a lot of really good videos on here that are good for consumers interested in the product. Again, to go back, you just click on where it says AgeLock here. And I'll show you some of the other playlists that we have here, and you'll find that this is a very useful tool. So this is an intro. So this is more about the business, things that for people that are interested in the business. It includes the 6-minute business overview, some other interviews and some of the similar videos that you saw before. But the beginning that people are going to hear is more regarding the business. Another playlist here is this. This is a lot of the videos on the TR90 program. So it's very similar to the first one that I showed you guys, but it just has I think it just has a couple of other things on there. So those are the 3 playlists. Now, if you click this arrow, you'll see that there are additional playlists here. So here's one that says Introduction to Our Science. So, and here's one that talks about the company. We click on that one. You'll see there's a great video called Making a Difference. If you haven't seen that, I'd recommend watching it. This is a video about the Innovation Center. Here's some news about the CEO on Fox, on Bloomberg, and here's the investors meeting. So these are things that are really designed to build people's belief in the company. So remember, as distributors, we want to build the belief of our other distributors. We want to build their belief in the company, in the science and products, and the compensation vehicle. And these are some great videos that I've found to be the most helpful ones because there's a lot of other stuff out there, and this is really streamlined. Here's some videos from the media, so where we've been on the news. You'll see here's some stuff on some additional products. So you'll see 6S quality. You'll see a video on LifePak Nano and True Face Essence Ultra, the age lock version. There's a product video on that as well. Again, you guys can play around on this YouTube channel, but you'll see there are actually quite a bit of good videos that you can send to people to really streamline everything. Here's a whole playlist on the scanner. Here's one on the business, introduction to our business. So let's say you want to introduce someone to the business. Rather than sending them this whole YouTube channel, you can click play all, and then you'll see here that the playlist has a series of videos. There's an intro video, there's the age lock opportunity video, there's a 6-minute business overview, and some other things. What you can do is you can go into the header here, or the address bar for your browser. You can highlight this and hit Command Copy, and you can copy this URL, and then you can email that to them. So let's say here we copy this. Let's say we close out this window, and let's just say we're going to open up a new tab. So, and when they click on the link, what will happen is they're going to get taken directly to this playlist, as opposed to the entire YouTube channel that has all of the playlists on there. So it's a way where you can really target the type of information that you want to send to people. Any questions about what we just went over with the YouTube channel? All right, so. Okay, so here's a question. What is the third meal for dinner with 30 grams of protein? So, the third meal, I'm just eating what I would normally eat, which is some 30 grams of lean protein, some vegetables, and some grain. Next question is, and there's actually an eating guide that comes with the TR90 program. I haven't seen that. I just have the product, but there is a guide that comes along with it to teach people how to eat. Next question. I understand there's a limit of 2 codes for each ID. Yes, thank you, Alicia, for making sure that we cover that. So each ID number, whether it's a customer or a distributor, is limited to only redeeming 2 codes. So if you want to order more than utilize more than 2 codes, you're going to have to log in into someone else's account to do that. And ordering it on another account. You can only redeem 2 codes per account. So Alicia, that is something very important. Thank you for reminding me to tell people that. So next question, let's see here. So the question is it the third meal for lunch or for dinner when you're eating a kind of a healthy meal? It doesn't matter. There are sometimes I eat it for dinner, sometimes I eat it for lunch. I don't know if in the program they prefer one over the other. I don't think it really matters which meal you're actually doing as food versus shakes. Is it possible to ship TR90 to Australia from the US to a preferred customer? No. Australia is a different region, so you'd have to find out how they get product in that region. I think it may have already launched in Australia, but I'm not exactly sure. That's a very good question for distributor support, Shannon. If you order it through the US, though, you could certainly ship it to Australia yourself, but I would think it might be, I'm not sure what it would cost to ship to Australia. So, but that is a possibility as well. Next question here. I'm getting a lot of what happens after I go off the product. So when you go off the product, what's great about it is, you've learned in 90 days how to eat healthier. You've improved your lean body mass, so you've improved your body engine to burn more fat. And what happens is you're not going to have a bounce back. Now, if you go to start eating McDonald's and things like that, then you're going to have a problem. But what's great about this program is because you're not losing any muscle, you're only losing fat, you're able to actually improve how your body burns calories. Where on a normal diet, you actually lose fat and you balloon right back up. So if you watch some of those videos, Sabi, you'll be able to learn a little bit more about it. The video that is that cartoon that says why diets make you fat. That's a really good one to watch and learn about it. So, do you know already the size, weight of the package? I have no idea the size and the weight of the package, but that's something you can call distributor support on. How do you just send one video without the whole YouTube queue? I like this one because there is not the usual negative on the right. Important for distributors to understand. Just saying does make a difference. So, one of the things that I did here on this channel is to avoid a lot of the other garbage that you get on the right here. You'll see here that the recommended videos are not a lot of the crap that you see on YouTube normally. And the way that I was able to do that is I actually, rather than linking these videos to my YouTube channel, I created a brand new YouTube channel, downloaded all of these videos, and then uploaded them myself. And I didn't allow other people to link into them. So this channel is actually you don't get a lot of the negative stuff that you would normally see in YouTube on the right. But if you do want to send one video, um, you know what? I'm not sure if there's a way to just send. Actually, you know what? There is a way. So go back to the main page, and then you can go to recent uploads, and you can see all these videos. So one second, guys. So let's say you want to send just the business overview. You can click on this. You know what? There may not be a way to just send a single video on here. You may have to just send, the entire playlist. So, but Lisa, if you want to play around with that, I'm not an expert in YouTube, um, so sorry I can't better answer that question. What level and frequency of activity is recommended? That's all part of the guide that comes with it. Again, I haven't seen the guide, so I'm not exactly sure. But that'll all be in the weight management guide that comes along with the program. So this says only 2 codes per ID, therefore only 4 TR90 packages for distributor account. Correct. Yes, Sid. You can only use 2 codes per ID, which means the most packages you can order per ID is 4. So if you want to use more than 2 codes, then just make sure that you're logged in onto other accounts, or you're using it on other people's ID number and then having that product shipped back to you. And if you need questions about that, you can talk to distributor support or talk to your upline about that. So last thing to go over real quick is a Facebook page that we built. So I know a lot of you guys are on Facebook. A lot of you guys are using this. You'll see here that we have a Facebook page called New Leadership. And this is something where we can post up to the minute information about TR90. You'll see Greg has actually posted some really good information here. There's an LTO checklist. There's some videos and things like this. You'll see here we announced this training webinar on here. And here's the order form. So a lot of the stuff that I get to email out to you guys, I'm also posting a lot of it onto here. So this is a real-time thing where you can actually go through here, because I know a lot of our email boxes get cluttered, but this is a really great way to go back and kind of scroll down and see some information that's really going to be important for you to help you grow your business. So this Facebook page or Facebook group is called New Leadership, as you can see here. And this is a private page. So there are ways to get added to it, and you can talk to your upline and they can add you. I think you can also request to be added to it as well. And so this is just another tool to help us stay connected better. Let's see. I don't think we have any other questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work here to unmute people, and we will see. Oh, one other thing here. Dan McCormick on every night now at 9:45 p.m. is actually doing a live call, 9:45 p.m. Eastern time on TR90. So again, this is another great thing about this Facebook page is I can scroll down here. They say, oh, I know there was something posted about that Dan McCormick call. What's the phone number? So I can go back here and I could say, let's see. Where did it go here? So you can see here, tonight at 6:45, we will continue our countdown to TR90. Pass it on. Here's the number. So 610-214-000, code 504527 #. This is a 15-minute call. It's going to be a live call every night, I think with the exception of Sunday, with Dan McCormick, who's the top team elite. Last night he had Scott Schwert on the call, and he's having top leaders from all over the world talking about their experience on TR90, on the product as well as the business. So this is something that's a great tool, again, to invite your guests, invite your prospects onto, to get them excited about the business. We do also have convention coming up. So convention, this will be the biggest convention in Nu Skin's history, most important one to attend. If there are tickets that are available for convention, I know some other leaders that have some tickets. If you are interested in coming to convention, if you're not booked yet, I highly recommend coming. I know I just spoke to Marjorie down in Columbia. She's going to be attending the entire convention, as well as the Success Summit hosted by OTG at the end of the convention. The convention starts either Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on what time you want to go there, on October 22nd. And then it goes through Saturday afternoon. And then One Team Global is then doing an additional session from Saturday afternoon to Monday around 1 o'clock by the top worldwide leaders from One Team Global. So this is an event you do not want to miss. And if you need a ticket for it, let me know, and we will try and secure some tickets for you. But we need to know quickly so you guys can book your flights. And I do also have some hotel rooms reserved in downtown Provo at the Marriott. I have a few extra rooms that I reserved. So if anyone needs a room for that, let me know. We'll get it transferred over to you. So let's go ahead and unmute the lines here. And if you guys have any background noise and you want to unmute yourself, just go ahead and do that. I don't think there's a way to unmute everybody at once, so I'm going to have to go through here individually. Okay. Any questions from anybody? Any comments? Nothing at all? Actually, if you want me to unmute you, just write in the chat or the question to say, please unmute me, and I'll unmute you and we can have a conversation. If not, if we don't have any questions, I was hoping to have a little bit more interaction on this call and really clarify some things for you guys. Let's see, do we have another question? Okay, Sid, hang on one second, I'm getting to you here. All right, Sid, you have a question.
Steve, yes, it's just a simple question. You talked about the 30 grams of protein. So you said that you would add a scoop of the protein boost. Did I also hear you say that if you didn't want to add the protein boost, a scoop of that, that you could add a scoop of the AC shake?
I did not say that, but I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to do that. The AC shake does have some other ingredients in there, but I don't see how that could cause any harm. But that, again, would be a good question for product support.
Yeah. But you used specifically the protein boost.
Yeah, so here's what I'm doing is I'm just about out of I use the protein, 1 scoop of protein boost and 1 scoop of the TR90 shake. I'm just about out of the TR90 shake. And so what I'm going to be doing until I get the product is I'm going to be using the R90 shake and I'm going to be using the protein boost. So those are the two replacement products that I'm going to use instead.
Oh, okay.
There
Great.
aren't any active ingredients in the TR90 shakes. All of the active ingredients are actually in the pills that you take, and you're only actually taking 3 pills in the morning, 1 pill in the afternoon, and 3 pills with dinner. And then you're taking almost like a drink that you're mixing up with water for the first 15 days, and that's it. So it's really simple. It's not a lot of pills. Really, really easy program to follow. Anyone else want to be unmuted for any questions or conversations or dialogue you'd like to have? All right, I'll give you guys 15 more seconds, and if I don't see anybody else type anything there, then what we will do is we will close this call.
Steve, one other quick question. You just said 3 pills in the morning, and then 1 pill at noon, and then 3 at the PM. What's that? The red boost or the red?
So the jump
Uh,
start, the
yeah,
jump
the
start
jump
is
start.
the jump start is a powder, and you
Okay,
mix that in with water, and you do that in the morning the first 15 days of the program. So that's in addition to the pills.
great. I think people like powder, get a break from pills a little bit. That's great.
Yep, and it doesn't taste bad. I mean, it doesn't taste great, but it doesn't taste bad. It tastes like a weak iced tea, in my opinion.
Is
So
that the
it's
red stuff we see in a little shot glass
it
like?
is. Yep. All right. So it looks like we don't have any more questions, guys. Thank you very much for joining. Let's give it an all-out effort. Every
Steve,
little
can I
thing we
ask
do
one more question?
matters. Yep. Go ahead, Sid.
Um, I know that you said that the whey protein is maybe better than the wheatgrass or the green or whatever else they use.
Yep.
Um, do people tend to lose less weight on it, or where does that statement come from?
You know what? I'm not really sure if it has anything to do with how much weight they lose. I just know that whey is actually has a, better amino acid complex and is a better form of protein to actually for your muscle than a vegetarian protein is.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, everybody. We'll have a. Oh, wait, we got one last question. Could you post those replacement products on Facebook page for those of us not totally familiar? Sure, we can do that. We can certainly post that. So thank you very much, everybody, again, for joining us. Have a fantastic week. And again, 100% focus. I just spoke to Shane Baker today. I know by the afternoon, he already had 3 TR90 orders just from today. I got off the phone with Mitch Malloy. I spoke to him this afternoon. He had 9 TR90 orders. So there are amazing things that we can do as we roll out this duplication by committing to going on the program, getting 3 other people enrolled, and having everyone duplicate that. Everybody you know knows at least 3 people that would want to go on this program. So just go out there and get the message out there. It's a very simple duplication model, and you'll find that amazing things will happen in your organization. So have a great night, everybody. Thanks again for joining us. Bye-bye.